Romam, with total population of more than 400 people, is one of the smallest ethnic groups in Vietnam. They reside in Le Village, Morai Commune, Sa Thầy district of Kon Tum province, on the border of Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. Due to their isolated living place, the Romam people have maintained the distinct identities of traditional culture. They always respect and conserve the cultural traditions of their forefathers. Until recent years, the Romam people still live on the growing of glutinous rice, cultivate and harvest by traditional methods. For example, manually prick holes, transplant seeds, pluck rice off the ears by hand. Therefore, all rituals that worship the rice deity, rice yang, following the process of the rice growth, are indispensable in the cultural life of each family and the whole Romam community. The biggest ritual is the paddy storehouse opening ritual or new rice worship. It takes place in 3 days in around December or January of next year after the harvest has finished. Paddy grain, corn, and millet have been stored in the warehouse already. This is the sole occasion in a year that the Le village of Romam people is full of animated gong music. The process of preparation has been done carefully by villagers before. Men go to the forest, fell bamboos to make the new tree, which is set up in the yard of community's house. Weave bamboo tassels, make colors for decorations from leaves and tubers found in the forest, brew the traditional wine, etc. Women graze buffaloes, feed pigs and chickens, which will be used as the offerings to the deities, etc. In the evening before the days of festivity, families carry out a small ritual at home to ask for the permission of the Yangs, means the deities in Romam people's religion, to organize the ritual of paddy storehouse opening. This ritual is held beside a jar of traditional wine tied to a bamboo cane in the middle of the house, which symbolizes the universe tree to communicate with the Yangs. The host, after praying, beats on the gong both to give the signal and to make the prayers to Yangs more powerful. In the early morning of the first day of the festivity, families held rituals to ask for the permission of Yangs to open the paddy storehouse in the field. The host carries out this ritual beside a maize, considered the universe tree, which is placed next to the ladder of the storehouse. The offerings are comprised of liver of a pig or a chicken, pig's blood, a small model of traditional wine jar, and a baked egg. Then people put paddies into papooses, apply pig's blood around the paddy storehouse, close the storehouse's door, and pin a handful of leaves to the door to give out a signal of the finish of the opening storehouse ritual. After bringing paddies to the village, they pound rice, cook rice in bamboo tubes, prepare dishes with pork, chicken for praying to Yang at home. All descendants gather to drink traditional wine. At the same time, at the wrong house means community's house, the village patriarchs held a rite to ask for the permission of youngs to erect the new tree, a sacred symbol showing respect for youngs. The rite is happened in the gong music of the Vang piece.
Có điều bất thành làm sao phải theo dân tộc nhiều cái nối dân tộc dân tương dân đó vì có tin đồ tôi có quyền tôi sẽ nói cho tôi sẽ lên cho đây là trung dân tộc thương mang
After the erection of the new tree in the yard, a buffalo offered as a sacrifice to deities is tied to the new tree. Village patriarchs lower young pullet, a sacred elephant's tusk, which has been following and safeguarding the villagers for hundreds of years. From the top of the wrong house roof, village patriarchs make procession of young pullet to sit in a stately way on the new tree to witness the community's rituals. Process of young pullet, there is a group of guys going and playing the swao, a sacred gong piece only performed in the great rituals of the community, and a swang, dance group of girls. Music once again is used to increase the sacredness in this ritual as well as to bring a boisterous atmosphere to the festivity. Next, villagers pound rice, sift and winnow rice, and throw rice around the new tree to express their wishes that the young will support the community for a new year of comfort, good crop, healthy animals and trees. After that, people drink traditional wine, dance, and enjoy themselves the entertainment around the new tree. The sound of drum and gong covers the whole space around the wrong house. In the early morning of the second day of the festivity, the drum and gong group go to each house in the village in order to bring sacred power to all families. On the way to the houses, they play the trum, a joyful gong piece. Then the buffalo stabbing ritual is conducted in the exciting sound of drum and gong, and villagers rousing cheers. People singe and slaughter the sacrificed animal. Its blood and liver are used as the offering for the praying rice next to a jar of traditional wine. Buffalo's head and curved tail are hung on the new tree. A part of the meat is equally distributed to all families with the aim of bringing sacred power to home. The remaining meat is cooked to feast the whole community at the Rong house. In the second day, the young blood is lowered and washed in the mixed liquid of blood and liver of the sacrificed buffalo and pig, then brought back to the keeping place. This rite is carried out in the swal and the vang pieces melodies of drum and gong. On the third day of festivity, the head of sacrificed buffalo is pulled down and brought to the Rong house in the sound of drum and gong playing in the trum piece. The brain and tongue of the sacrificed buffalo are distributed to all families, which will be the offerings of another ritual in the house. Through a rite of water splash. Romam people wish to wash bad fortune of the old year and to start a clean, pure, and lucky new year. Music in the rituals is sacred, strong and moving sound of drum and gong which awakens the young's place. Whereas music for entertainment of the Romam people in daily life is smooth or rhythmic, which usually is performed by musical instruments made from local natural materials. For example, the tingning and the klong clay. In summary, similar to many ethnic groups in the Central Highland, life and activities of the Romam people overflow with music, presenting a specific cultural and musical space of this land.